Hi friends, my name is Aqil Ahmed, and in this particular video tutorial we will see how to find most recent unique records from SQL Server table. So the agenda of today's video tutorial is that we will see how to find the most recent or old unique records from the SQL Server table. So without wasting further time, let's jump to the demo. So I got a SQL Server instance here, and we are going to drop the order details table if it exists, and then we are going to create the order details table. So this table, it contains order ID, then the customer ID, order quantity, total amount, and the order date. So we can have multiple orders from the same customer, so the customer ID can be duplicate, and then we are inserting 50 records into the table, and some of the records can be duplicate. Okay, so now let's see like what kind of data this table contains. So the table name is order details. Okay, so it contains the order ID, which is unique, and then it contains the customer ID. So the customer ID is repeating. So maybe I can sort the data based on the customer ID. So I can write order by customer ID. Okay, so that all the similar kind of customer ID, they can be arranged in a proper order. So now you can see that for the customer ID 101, we have 10 records, and these are the dates. Okay, then for the 102 records, we also have the 10 records, and yeah, so it seems like we have 5 different customer ID. Okay, so what I want is that I want to get the unique records from the table, like unique customer ID records. So ideally there should be 5 records, those should be written from this particular table, but I want the most recent records based on the order date. So here we have the order date, like every order it is placed on different dates. Okay, so for example, for the customer ID 101, the most recent order is on this date, 16th July. Okay, same way for the customer ID 102, the most recent record and the unique record from the table is this one, 17th July 2024. Okay, this is the most recent record. So I want to get the most recent and unique record. Okay, so the unique record should be based on the customer ID, and the most recent should be based on the order date. So these are the two criterias. Okay, so how we can write that particular query to return the required data. So we will be using the CTE here. So the syntax of the CTE is like with CTE as, and then you can start the bracket, close the bracket, and then inside the bracket you can write the your select statement. So for example, if I just directly select the data, maybe I can do order by as well, and if I do like select star from CTE. So this is the basic syntax of using the CTE in a SQL Server statement. So it's saying that the order by clause is invalid in views inline functions, so we can just simply remove the order by. It's actually not required here. So either we can use the order by, and we need to write like top 1 million or 1 billion or something, a very large number you can write, or you can just remove the order by if it is not required. So in my case it was not required, so this is simply selecting the data as it is from the order details table. Okay, so now I want to get the unique record. So I will be using the row number function here. The row number function can actually it can generate the unique ranks according to a particular ID, like for example according to the customer ID. So how we can use the row number function? We can write row number and then over, and now based on the column on which we want to decide the unique records, like based on the customer ID, so we need to do the partition by. So I can write partition by and then the column name. So the column name is the customer ID, so I can do partition by customer ID. Okay, and now if you want to sort this particular data based on a specific column, for example I want the most recent records. Recent means the most highest date, so we need to sort the data based on the order date in the descending order, so that the most recent order can come on the top. So I can write order by and then the date, like order date, DESC. Okay, and then we can call this column as RN. So now if I select the data, so now what it will does, it will actually add a new column as RN, and the value of the RN, it will have the values as like 1 2 3 according to the customer ID. For example, for the customer ID 101, it will have the unique values. Similarly, for the customer ID 102, it will again start from like 1 2 3 and so on. So let me execute this particular query and show you what I'm talking about. So if you look at the customer ID 101, so for all the customer ID, if you look at these 10 records, so the RN column value starts from like 1 2 3 4 5 and it goes up to 10. It goes up to all the similar kind of customer ID. Okay, and if you look at the order date, so the most recent order date is this one, 16th July. So this is the most recent order. Now same way, if you look at the customer ID 102, so for all the similar kind of record, for all the same customer ID 102, the RN value started again from the 1 after 10, because the 10 was for the customer ID 101, and now because the customer ID got changed, we did a partition by customer ID, so now the RN started again from the 1. So it goes up to 10 because there are 10 records for the 102, and the value 1 is given to the most recent order date. So this is the highest order date for the 102. Okay, same way for the 103, the RN again started. So it means if we can select the data from this particular table where RN equal to 1, then it will show you the most recent records and unique records from the table. So I can put a query where RN equal to 1. Okay, so this where clause, this filter clause can actually get you the most recent and unique records. Okay, so this was the query. So we are selecting one extra column RN if you are doing the select star here, but if you do not want this particular column and if you want only the required columns, then you can just give the column names here like order ID, then the customer ID, okay, and then the order quantity, and then the total amount, and then the order date. So this is how you can just select the column those you want in your final query. Okay, and now suppose if you want the most oldest record instead of the most recent record, if you want the most oldest record, then instead of the DESC you can write ASC. Okay, and if you re-execute the query, then you will find the most oldest record from the table and the unique record, of course, because we are doing the partition by on the customer ID. So guys, this is how you can write the query to get the most unique records or the most oldest records from the SQL Server table. So I think that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching the video, and if you like the video, then please click the like button, do subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and click on all so that you will be notified every time we do a new video. Thank you so much.